hey man, why don't you yeet that vape pen over to me? It's my turn to hit it. If you ever said this, you're too young to listen to this podcast. This podcast is for adults. Okay, we can start it now.
Trying to do like a news bulletin thing, like, damn. But then I was gonna do the ESPN thing. I'm like, that's not a news bulletin, you know. That's our news bulletin now. Welcome to the DYHAT podcast with Derek
and Bryce,
and we have some breaking news.
Oh,
if you've been listening for a while, I always have updates on when I drive over here.
Yeah,
I would like to note the businessman who I drive by here now has 3 lawnmowers for sale. He's making his way up in the world, but he can't sell shit.
He can't find a lawnmower he likes. Let's put it that way.
Not at all. They're all 3 different fucking lawnmowers too. Like one of them's the big one you sit on, and then one's like a power one, and now this one's like a smaller power one. He's like, I don't want to do any of these.
He comes back. It's just next to me. He sells a 4th one. It's
exactly.
It's a massive one. He's like, I try to go the opposite way.
But yeah, I was driving by here. I'm like, is that a 3rd fucking lawnmower? No one's bought the first 2. That's one of those things where you keep the receipt.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, it says I can return it in 90 days.
It's such a big thing, too.
Yeah.
Any big purchase, you don't throw the receipt away.
Exactly.
If it's like toothpaste, yeah, I'm going to throw it away. It's fine. If it's like, I just bought a TV. I'm keeping this receipt forever.
That and insurance.
Yeah.
I had to do that last year. So, yeah, that made me laugh. There's now 3 lawnmowers. They're all sitting in the same spot. Well, the first 2 were sitting in the same spot, and the third one's just like slightly next to us. Like he's like, yeah, I'll join the group.
I'm the little brother.
Yeah, exactly. They're birthing lawnmowers.
Should I start the podcast like we normally do? Because you kind of already introduced us.
No, I think if I introduce us, I think we're fine.
Can I do the taglines and stuff?
No.
Oh. Can I do them now?
Half of it.
This podcast is about stories.
Good. We're not. What is your thing? We're not reporters or analysts or
historians.
I like being a historian.
We're 2 guys who like stories.
We're 2 guys that talk shit on the internet, and Bryce tries to bring education into it.
And sometimes we're wrong, because sometimes I'm not always right. I just like the stories.
I want to know what our track record is.
I feel like the Rasputin one wasn't right.
The one, well,
I think it's just a fun story people tell about.
Yeah,
him.
well,
I
don't mean like the stories we get correct, not like if the story themselves is correct, but we actually get what the story is correctly. You know, what I think because he most definitely fucking died.
Yeah,
maybe not the right circumstances. He's dead.
I'm gonna tell you right now, he's super dead right now.
Yeah, he was murdered at some point.
There's a second part to that story I'm gonna cover eventually.
Really,
what happens after that?
Okay.
With the guy that killed him and everything.
Not this episode, though. You have to keep listening, folks.
Yeah.
Tune in next time.
This one I have a fun story, and I've got some things to show you.
Okay.
It's a show and tell episode.
I have such great things to show you. That Hellraiser?
I don't know.
That's Hellraiser.
I was so lost.
That's Hellraiser.
Cool.
You ever watched Hellraiser?
Decided.
Have you not?
I have not.
Oh, it's weird.
I've seen Hellboy.
Nah, it's nothing like Hellboy. Hellraiser is one of those things where somebody went, you know what? I have a fetish for leather and straps. Yeah. They're like, okay, let's take that and we'll start ripping people's skins off and putting hooks in their bodies. And it's
still into it?
No, you're not. Oh. No, you're not. I'm not. The weirdest part is they got a guy who looks like he has like a roach face. And his like teeth are like spread out, and he's called like Chatterbox. He's like one of those things. It's weird.
Hey, Derek.
Hey.
Did you hear about this?
Probably not. Is it about Hellraiser?
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
But have you heard about chariot racing?
Chariot racing?
Chariot racing.
Like not Gladiator, but like there's a movie with chariot racing.
I think they had it in Gladiator.
Was it chariot racing? Yeah, Ben-Hur is what I'm thinking of. Because didn't somebody die while making that one?
I believe so.
Like they got run over.
Don't check me on that.
I'm pretty sure if it wasn't Ben-Hur, there was a movie where they had chariot racing and somebody got trampled because somebody thought it was a good idea.
Yeah, they also had it in Gladiator. That was the one where they see it in like bloopers. They see like the tank of like how it tossed it chariot over.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways,
are you not entertained? That's the only thing I know from Gladiator. I've never seen Gladiator.
Yeah, that's a quote from it.
Yeah, that and the spoof WWE made when they had Stone Cold play Gladiator.
You know why he said, "Are you entertained?"
He killed people.
He was forced to fight.
Yeah, and he didn't want to.
He's like, fine, I fucking murder them all. And he murdered them all. I'm like, are you not entertained by me killing them? And because they were like kind of shocked that he killed them so easily. Mm-hmm. He's like, are you not entertained?
I'm more of a Spartacus guy, anyways.
Or
Conan.
I love his late night talk show.
I want to see a spoof, like a SNL sketch of Conan playing Conan.
I bet there is one already. Probably is.
We'll have to look that up. Okay, so continue. Chariot
shout
racing.
out to Alice for giving me the inspiration to review this story. It is unknown when chariot racing was invented. Based on the pottery they found, chariot racing can be dated as far back as 1600 BC. The first written reference to chariot racing was in Homer's Iliad.
Homer.
Yeah, not Simpson.
No, I know, but there was a video recommended to me apparently back in like the I guess it's the 90s because it's The Simpsons.
Yeah,
they had Jeopardy where they had quotes from Homer.
Yeah,
read by Homer Simpson.
I'm a fan.
It was actually really interesting, but the funniest part was they had like extra lines, so when somebody got it right, you hear Homer come over. Wow, you're smart. I can't do a Homer Simpson accent, but it was like that. It's like that's funny.
So according to one legend, it is also said that chariot racing was the event that started the Olympic Games. It was the event that we should be competing.
Really?
In sports.
I would have put that up to wrestling, probably.
Wrestling or just racing in general.
Yeah, or foot racing. I would probably put it with... But chariot racing is interesting enough.
Yeah.
Why don't we do it nowadays, then? We should bring back chariot racing for the Olympics.
I don't know. I'm going to... So, if you don't know, chariot racing is when a race is conducted around a round track.
With chariots.
Where the racers are people in horse-drawn carts called chariots. The races usually differ either by the length of the race or the amount of horses on each chariot. The least being a single horse-drawn chariot up to, according to some pottery, 4 horses. Much like, this is just another fun fact about it, much like racing nowadays, the owner of the chariot and the racer were often different people. So it's kind of like they had sponsors.
Yeah. Like NASCAR.
It was really weird when I was doing research on this because it was like the racers were often viewed as barbaric, the racers, even though watching the sport itself was viewed as high class.
Well, they also watch people get eaten by lions and shit like that. So
if you're a racer, you're viewed as barbaric and like low class. But if you're watching it, it's high class.
Yeah.
It's really confusing. I had no respect for people that were doing it.
That's like, that's like almost any sport.
So...
I like how I just said that.
There are a lot of stories throughout chariot race throughout history, but I should mention the last horse-drawn chariot race occurred at the Circus Maximus in Rome in 549 AD.
Really? You think
the official big one?
You think not modern day, but you think like at some point in modern history they would do it just for like not like a laugh, but like maybe like a chariot
race?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And do it for...
It's where the stutter guy got this and you couldn't get it.
For a museum or something like that.
Yeah. I bet you're wondering, why are we talking about this right now?
Honestly, I hope it ends with someone's death. That's where I'm leaning towards.
Not exactly.
Oh.
Because the last big chariot race happened in 549.
Yep.
But in the 1920s and 1930s, a sport reached its peak popularity. A new sport.
Okay.
Motorcycle chariot racing was recorded in Australia,
that sounds
New Zealand,
like such the most badass thing in the world. Like, we can't use horses. What we're going to use? Motorcycles.
So in Australia, New Zealand, and United States through the 20s and 30s.
Oh, fuck yeah, we're getting in on that. We're stupid enough to do motorcycle chariot racing.
It reaches peak popularity. So if you don't know, motorcycle chariot racing is when a race is conducted around a round track where the racers are people in motorcycle-drawn carts called chariots. The races usually differed either by the length of the race or the amount of motorcycles per chariot.
That sounds like something out of a fucking music video.
The least being a single motorcycle-drawn chariot up to, according to some pictures, 4 motorcycles.
Fuck, that's fast.
Nowadays, motorcycle chariot racing is as popular as it once was. but there's still races held occasionally. And it's time for the show and tell portion of this, where I have some videos.
All right, you're gonna show me videos.
Yeah.
If I ever see the motorcycle they're doing one, can we go? It'll be us and all the rednecks in Florida.
Of course we can.
We'll look so out of place.
So I'm gonna organize these from the oldest ones I could find to the newest ones.
Okay. So are these gonna be like black and white because it's 20s?
Yes.
So
this is the 20s through the 40s.
You did turn the sound off, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's just some.
How fast do you think they're going?
Look how fast they're going.
Yeah,
though.
exactly. That's what I'm curious about.
Flying. So
wait, there's no one on the motorcycles.
Originally they did when it was one motorcycle, but then they attached straps to the throttles, and that's what they're holding onto right now.
So how are they steer? Okay, they have like ropes, so it's kind of like horses.
Yeah.
So how do you stop the motorcycles?
You let go and just let them stop themselves over time.
That doesn't seem very smart at all.
Nope. So that was the oldest one I could find from the 20s. I have here from 2009. If you're wondering, yes, the ones videos we're watching are people.
This fucker's dressed as a fucking
they always
Roman emperor looking thing.
They always dress like that.
With one, he only has one motorcycle, so he's not as cool as the guy in the 20s.
But this is a more recent one. So he's driving through like a stone like parking lot next to like semi trucks and stuff.
You know, scientists want to beat cancer and AIDS and solve world hunger.
Yeah.
This fucker's put motorcycles on chariots and driving around with funny fucking hats.
Yeah. Sometimes they go on roads.
Is that what this one is?
Yeah. So, first of all, we're viewing this
video.
Where the
fuck are we?
We're driving in the car we're in. We're driving off the road.
Yeah, he's on the sidewalk.
And we're passing a guy who has just a bunch of strings attached to this bike. This nice looking motorcycle is attached to this chariot. And this guy's just fucking standing on the side, like driving.
There's no way that's road legal.
Hello. He does like a little 2-finger wave.
There has to be a way to at least.
So he lets it go.
Like, obviously, back in the 20s, they didn't think about it. There has to be a way to stop in modern day motorcycle chariots.
Yeah,
because there's no way you drive out on the street without getting pulled over.
Well, they probably all those strings that guy we just saw has. There's probably some of them are to the brakes, right?
Hopefully.
Hopefully
they don't snap anywhere.
So I see one.
They're not very tight strings either.
So it looks like these two there's two strings going straight to the handles. I think those are controlling the throttle, maybe, or like the turning. Because you see other ones going from here to the seat.
Yeah,
that he connects to up here, so he's able to control.
Well, here, play the video a little bit because we're sitting on a still frame. Are these ones being held, or are they just being, or are they attached to?
Some of them are just attached, but he's holding on to with his. See, when he goes back to when he waves. See, he's holding with multiple strings in each hand.
Holy shit!
So he holds them over. He waves and he just grabs them again because they were loose.
Bryce, I'm
also,
sorry.
we're watching a dude use a motorcycle like it's a horse.
Yep. You gotta wonder how good the gas mileage is on a chariot.
Same as a motorcycle, dude. I'm not sure what you're asking. It's probably a little heavier.
It's heavier, so maybe it's less.
It's super more dangerous.
Wait. Go back to that one. Does he have like something holding him in, or is he just standing?
There's
in that
a bar that goes across.
Oh, because God knows that's gonna help.
So so if he crashes, he's gone. But so he doesn't.
It's like a sitting bar. He has like a leaning bar.
Yes.
It's not like an actual bar to hold him in. He's leaning on.
Well, he's not gonna fall. Well, he's not gonna go too far back.
If he crashes, he will.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's not even wearing a helmet.
Well, it must be Florida. You don't have to wear a helmet in Florida.
On the street in North Dakota.
No.
There's a comment that said, "There goes the coolest man that ever lived."
I don't know about that. I've seen some pretty cool things.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm just going to read some comments off this video.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the drive-by wire step is not DOT approved. The chariot was required to transport his badassness. I need a giant pair of scissors. Yeah, there's just a lot of people just like praising him, and
it does look cool.
Yeah,
I'll be the first one to say it looks cool.
And there's a comment correcting it's in South Dakota, not North Dakota. So,
Does that fuck? It's Dakota.
Which combine them both, make it just one Dakota.
We'll go to 49 states.
Yeah.
Then we can acquire, because they want to make Puerto Rico a state.
Yeah.
So you can make Dakota one big Dakota, and we can take Puerto Rico, and we'll be at 50 still.
We'll take the two Dakotas, combine them into one, South Canada, and then we'll call it's South Canada.
Once you get, like, okay, the only states that, okay, how am I going to put this?
Hold on. I want to, before you say anything, so I want you to go back and I'm going to show you him again.
Okay.
Look at him. His
Okay.
comment said, "That's the best pirate that has ever lived."
That's funny. I do like that.
I have to admit, just like a pirate, a little bit.
In North Dakota.
Yeah.
That's why you can drive on the streets, because no one lives in fucking North Dakota.
Yeah. This is...
North Dakota is worse than Ohio.
Yeah, we'll eventually do an Ohio episode. We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude. Chariot racing with motorcycles. How does that sound?
It sounds like, okay. I watched a documentary before on, it's bus racing, where they would get like short buses and race them around.
Yeah.
But they race them on a figure eight, and everybody shows up to see them crash.
Yeah, because it's figure eight, you're crossing over.
Exactly. That seems like the motorcycles seem almost as dangerous, even if they're not on a figure eight. It seems like somebody's gonna, like, the motorcycle's gonna get tangled up at some point, and they're just all gonna fucking crash.
Sure. I'm gonna look at some more videos
of motorcycle chariots.
Yeah. So some of them, apparently it was on Top Gear. They did some things on them. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm just gonna pull this video up. I'm not sure this. It sounds off again. So here's one with the 4 motorcycles. This I can't tell.
All fucking dressed.
So
is that
they're not motorcycles? They're scooters. Look, they have like the little dip in the front.
Wheels are popped up on that one. They're wheeling.
So they can control them all from the one handle.
Oh, that's innovative.
It's smarter, but not as cool.
What year is this? 2011?
Yeah.
This 2011.
Yeah, they apparently did some actual racing as a part 2 to this video.
It's cheaper to do scooters than it is motorcycles. You can't get
that's
4 choppers.
Let's see if them actually race. Yeah, so if there has to be a chariot race somewhere in Florida, right?
We're in the South. There's chariot races everywhere.
We got to find some motorcycle chariot racing.
Bryce's home internet sucks. The video froze on us.
I hate you. Just give me a set. Oh, give it a set. Jeez.
I want top speed internet. What do you got? Spectrum?
I don't.
Good. It sucks. You want to know how I know? I have it.
Unless they want to sponsor us, and Spectrum's great.
Fuck Spectrum.
Oh, they're racing now, which is very dangerous, actually.
That's a tight ring.
Did you see how he was up on one wheel at that point? Yeah, so
it's not a very big ring. It's like a roller rink almost.
Yeah.
Except it's not curved.
This is a lot upwards. Safer than the cool version, which is just like a loose motorcycle in front of you.
These are scooters. They only get up to like.
Yeah, they're going very slow.
Like
compared to that
25. They're doing 25
compared
right now.
Compared to the first video that I showed you, they're going very slow. That's a good.
Somebody. It only took.
There we go. That's how we're like. They are speeding. Look at his shirt flying in the wind.
That's because back in the 20s, people didn't give a fuck about personal safety. They're not wearing anything.
But they're also competing for like an actual race. I don't think they were competing. I was like, we just made these scooter things for TV. Let's just drive them around a little bit. These guys are flying.
Dangerous.
Yeah. These are awesome. I thought that was sponsored by
Harley Davidson.
Yeah,
I know. It's the same. It was the same layout.
So this one they have like horses and that's the video we just watched. Just playing it again. But they had horses and motorcycles doing like a dance together. I'm like, you can't make a motorcycle dance.
Yeah, you can.
And let's go to find a different video. The same one, but different point.
Yeah, I think it's just the longer version of the video you were showing us.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so here comes the question.
That's so creative.
If someone came to you and was like, I have this motorcycle chariot, would you race it for me?
Race?
Would you be in the race?
Nope. I'll take it around for a spin. That sounds like fun. I don't want to race it. I don't even like foot races, let alone motorcycle races.
But you could win money.
No, I'm good. I don't need money.
I feel like
money can't buy me love.
I would consider it heavily just to say that I did it.
No, I want to drive one.
I would lose.
I don't want to race.
I would lose.
Bryce is going, yeah, you would lose because you can't drive.
Yeah.
I would like to know me and Bryce were hanging out a few days ago, and he left about 3 to 5 minutes before me. Mm-hmm. And I caught up. Not only did I catch up, I got in front of you on the fucking highway.
Yeah, buddy.
And I hated you so much because I was driving up. I'm like, who's this slow motherfucker?
It's me.
And I look at the license plate. I'm like, it looks like Bryce's license plate. I go around, and you didn't see me because you didn't notice I was there till we got off the highway because we took the same exit. I drove past you, and I did like a straight. I was like, it's fucking Bryce. Just kept going.
Like Mr. Bean in this car.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God. So, that's all I have for motorcycle chariot racing.
I would like to know Bryce lied to me in the beginning of this story. You said it was going to be chariot racing. You didn't say it was going to be this metal.
It was chariot racing.
Metal.
I had established what chariot racing was, so people know.
Who the fuck doesn't know what chariot racing is?
But I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
There's one guy, we would have skipped over it and went straight to motorcycles. Like, I don't know what these guys are talking about.
What's a motorcycle?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like horses. Oh, God. Hey, do you know who would love motorcycle chariot racing?
Oh, that's... Okay, wait. But this joke you're about to go with.
Yeah.
What god is it who actually rides on a chariot? There's like a Roman god or a Greek god that has like a chariot that they ride on.
I'm literally Googling this. Helios.
God literally. Sun. And he can fly with that, if I'm correct. I believe that chariot flies. Florida Man is a superhero. That's his form of transportation. Batman has the Batwing and the Batmobile. Wonder Woman has the invisible plane. He has a fucking motorcycle chariot that can fly. And it shoots like flames and like Budweiser.
I want to point out, I'm at Greek. I searched Greek god chariot. Helios popped up as the cutest picture of this sun god.
It's like a baby.
He's a small child with
He's
his
supposed to be a grown man, chariot. Isn't he?
Yeah. He's a Titan. This is right underneath the Greek
so he's not
the sun god sometimes called a Titan. That little boy is a Titan.
Wait, Titans and gods aren't the same. Those are different. Didn't
Correct.
they have
Titans
like
are
a war?
Big.
Yeah. Remember the Titans.
Yes, I remember that. I like that movie. Anyways, I'm gonna close all the motorcycle videos.
All right, so we ready to jump in straight into Florida Man then?
Yeah, let's do. So before we get into it, people, the first time you've been listening to the podcast,
where have you been?
And also, Derek sometimes it's every week. We have stories pertaining to the state that we live in, which is called Florida, and it's kind of crazy here.
Florida.
So what Derek has done is made this into a game where he presents me every week with a series of stories from Florida, and he presents them alongside of other stories, whether not from Florida or the ones he made up. And I have to distinguish which one is from Florida.
Yep.
And I usually am pretty good at it.
Yeah, you do really well.
Sometimes I mess up. And
You've only messed up badly once.
Yeah, I got like 1 out of the 4.
Yeah, there's a lot of you've never gotten a clean sweep.
I have not,
to my knowledge.
I've gotten close.
Yeah, you've always gotten 3/4. You always lose on one of them.
That's how I live life, baby. I do almost good.
All right, let's get into the stories.
All right, so hit me with that first story combination. It's because it's 2 stories.
Florida man crashes motorcycle chariot in the grocery store.
Okay, for real though.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, first 2 stories.
Hit me with it.
Man tries to hide from police in pond. Gets caught when he comes up for air.
Okay.
Man robs restaurant and forces chef to cook food for free.
Oh, God. See, the first one is... Not the second one isn't believable. Mm-hmm. The first one's much more believable. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm going to use this reed to breathe, and that's not how it works.
It's not like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. So they it's not working. So they come up for air and just, oh, hello. I am also looking for someone.
I think they're down here. You might want to check. I'll go over there and check there.
You check here. I'll check not here. go. And the second one, I want to believe so bad. He's like, I just want some food, man. All I have is a gun. And you have food.
Bryce, because I know you hate this, I'm going to make this harder on you.
Why?
Both these stories are true. It's just one of them's Florida.
Yeah, they both sound true. That's what I was pretty sure that's how it was. And I feel like one of these stories, because sometimes you're like, this happened to my dad. This happened to me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, did your dad rob?
Did he rob a restaurant? So I'll take all your money and the number 2.
Add the dumplings.
And apparently it's a Chinese restaurant.
I don't know why I pictured Chinese restaurant immediately.
That's racist.
I just like Chinese food.
Racist.
What?
So which one?
I'm gonna go. Do you have any more information on either one of these before I decide?
No, I'm only gonna tell you that both of them are true. I'm not gonna give you any information. I'll give you information after the fact.
This is the sound of me hitting my face and glasses against the pop filter.
Because I've realized if I make up a fake story,
yeah,
I don't have enough information as it is with the real story. So I'm only going to tell you the headlines, and then we can talk about it.
All right,
if you want.
so I'll stop cheating.
Exactly.
I'm going to go with which one sounds more Florida. We have a lot of water in Florida.
We do.
We
have a lot of restaurants in Florida.
Between your and my place, there is approximately like 10 lakes, like small ponds. Mm-hmm. There's a lot. And so I'm like, that's easily believable.
Well, that's because Florida's
wet.
Not even just that. We're at sea level, aren't we?
Yeah.
Because technically we're mostly swamp.
Yeah, so if we dig down, it's just water.
Nah, I don't think it's that bad because we can still bury people. We're not like New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans is below sea level. We're at sea level, I believe.
Yes.
So if we have a flood, all the bodies float up. Yeah. And go away.
That the bodies hit the ceiling? What is I'm going to go... Because it does sound more Florida, I'm going to go with the guy hiding in the lake as the Florida man story.
You are correct.
Yeah. Feeling good.
This dude apparently hit, and if I can pull the picture up for you at some point, he does not look like he could hold his breath very long.
Sounds like I'm holding my breath. I can't hold my breath anymore.
He doesn't look like, he looked like one of those guys who's like, I'm too fat to run. Or I'm just going to hold my breath underwater. It's like, you're probably too fat to do that too.
He's like, I don't like stairs. He's like, I only can have single floor homes because I don't like stairs.
Most Florida homes are single floor homes, which freaked me out when I moved here.
Yeah, when I moved here, because where I moved from, we had a full, like, our basement was redone. We had a full, like, apartment in our basement. So I came here, like, nobody has a basement. Everything's wet. Yeah. Nobody has a second story. I'm like, what is this?
Honestly, if I was ever rich enough, one, I wouldn't live in fucking Florida. I would move. Yeah. But if I was somehow rich enough but forced to still live in Florida, I would build a house. But I put 3 stories on it just to be an asshole.
You got an attic.
Exactly. No, it's going to... And an attic. It's actually a legitimate 3rd floor. No attics.
Because... Jeez. Like, you know when there's a rich family, like, oh, you have stairs inside? Yeah. Because there's a lot of apartment complexes down here have stairs, like...
On the outside, yeah.
Because the apartments in, like, more northern places have, like, it's all indoors because it snows.
My apartment complex has both. It has stairs to go inside and outside stairs.
I've only lived in places that have outside stairs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not missing much.
Yeah,
not missing much.
It's
they're all. If you've gone up one step, you've gone on a mall.
Yeah. You know what? All stairs are the same according to some guidelines. If they're not, it's not up to code. Anyways,
fucking weirdo. You ready for the next one? You got one right.
I want to talk about the other story though.
Which one? The man robbing the place? Yeah, when my dad was younger, a guy robbed the restaurant.
I knew it was your dad.
Yeah. they robbed the it was like a steak shop, like a sub shop, or something like that. And they got their food for free because the rob guy was like, "Okay, take your food, leave. I'm robbing this place." And everybody who was in the restaurant was like, "Oh, our food's done. Okay, sir." And they got out and left because he didn't want to rob the people. He just robbed the restaurant. Yeah. So everybody got free food. Fun, right?
Yeah, I'm not surprised your dad's doing that story. I think your dad has a very interesting life.
He's old.
Your dad listens to the podcast.
He knows he's old.
It's like, I'm like, your dad's a very interesting man. He's like, he's old as shit, dude. Like,
it comes. You need time to have experience and stories. It comes with the territory. You'll be old one day, Bryce, and you won't have any stories.
I want to talk to Bob that we used to know.
Which Bob? Bob P or Bob?
P.
Okay.
Yeah, because
I can't say his last name because Bryce gets upset when I say people's full names.
Yeah, that's a real bad thing to do. Bob
Aran.
Yeah, I want to talk to him. Just like sit down and have a conversation with him.
He's interesting.
Yeah, some of the stories I've heard from him, I'm like, how are you a person? He used to play like professional ball.
Yeah,
he didn't specify which ball it was. He was professional at a ball.
Well, I say Bob's cool.
Yeah.
Which is weird for somebody named Bob.
Yeah.
Is his actual name Bob or is it like Robert?
It's Robert.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Because is there anybody on the face of the earth nowadays, maybe not back like in the 50s, whose name is actually Bob?
Yes.
And it's not like short for Robert or Bobby or something stupid like that.
So there's a video I'm going to recommend to you. Mm-hmm. It's by... His name's John Boyce.
That sounds familiar.
Yes. I talked about him before, not on the podcast, to you in the past about him. He makes videos on YouTube. He did a video all about people with just the name Bob. Mm-hmm. He's like in sports. It was about Bobs in sports. Oh. So there's people who are professionals in sports right now.
I think I've seen this with the name, video recommended.
Yeah, with the name Bob.
Yeah.
Just Bob. That's still to this day.
That's so weird.
There's a period of time where there's a huge amount.
Well, yeah, because there was just like people weren't creative back then. So they just got Tom, Bob.
Now we have LaFortia.
Yeah, and stuff like that. Like Shaw and stuff. That's a name.
If you're wondering, I'm making reference to LaFortia, my favorite name ever.
L.A. 4 Shaw.
Yeah, they're L.A. the number 4 Shaw.
Bryce, I saw a license plate the other day.
Yeah.
I think I read too much into it because it was just a random license plate.
Yeah.
But how all the letters were, and there's only 1 4 at the end, it looked like it said Lucy 4. And I sat there, I'm like, either he did that on purpose. It didn't look like a custom tag. Either he did that on purpose or that's just really unlucky for him.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready?
Yes, the next one.
Next one.
Hit me with your best shot, Donna. We're not going to give copyright.
Not with that song. You can't sing it. We already did the ESPN opening. I think we're already screwed. Disney owns ESPN.
We're going to make even less no money on this one.
Exactly. Cats invade Florida home, kicking out residents.
We own this bitch.
Man saves Chihuahua from hawk. And that's a bird, not the green guy. That also Disney owns.
I was picturing more of the team. Just all of the Hawks, the Seahawks come and show up.
They're still wearing ice skates. That's ice skating. That's hockey, right?
Those Hawks are a universal name for teams.
Oh, okay.
I went to Seahawks originally with my joke. That was a football team. But
I don't know sports.
I'm going to just search the word Hawks sports and see what pops up.
There's probably a hockey team named Hawks.
Yeah, I think there is. What am I looking at? It's a network. Cool. Hawk Sports is a network. No, we're not sponsored by anybody. They're cool, I guess. Search Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks is a basketball team. I should know that.
They all come dribbling basketballs.
Like, they're all so tall. How can they reach the cat on the floor?
Oh, it's a Chihuahua.
To reach a Chihuahua, it's even closer to the floor. I've seen cats bigger than Chihuahuas.
I think most cats are bigger than Chihuahuas.
I had cat on the brain from the first one. I had cat on the brain from the first one.
Yeah, the first one's cats.
Yeah, I like that story a lot because it goes back. Hey, listen to another episode of our podcast called Roar, where cats took over a house, and
I forgot about that one.
It wasn't just regular cats; it was big cats.
Yeah, they were huge cats.
Yeah, like lions and shit. And they took over a house in like some.
Well, that director was clearly in control of those cats.
No, but
I know.
He got inspiration from cats taking over a house.
Really?
We talked about it in the episode. I
don't remember.
You should go. Hey, Derek, go to the DYHAT podcast episode called Roar.
I don't listen to our own stuff.
Yeah, neither do I. I edit it. I don't listen to it. So, I think you slipped up.
I slipped up?
Yeah. I think you slipped up.
All right.
When you said the first one, you said Florida halfway through it.
All right.
I'm going to say that one's a Florida man story.
Which one was that?
The cats.
So you're going with the cats?
Yeah. Because I think you fucked up.
Oh, well, you're wrong.
Ah, fuck.
I say, yeah, the Chihuahua thing was real. I think I'm probably remembering the Roar story, but not remembering. So I'm like, that's a good lie, and I wrote it down. Yeah, this man saved his fucking Chihuahua. He was out getting like his mail or some shit.
Yeah,
and his Chihuahua walked out with him, and it fucking like dug its claws in and tried to fly away. And apparently he had like a tug of war with a hawk over his fucking Chihuahua. His like 9-pound Chihuahua.
So I'm gonna make you very nervous.
What's that?
I have a cat, right?
Yeah.
Nala. Her name is Nala. She is beautiful. She is perfect. She likes to sit in the window under the little cat tree and look outside. Right outside, there are 2 trees. And that tree is often a hawk.
Yeah,
it stares her down.
Yeah, it wants to eat her.
But she also stares it down. And a lot of us realize, like, it's a good thing our cat's an indoor cat, isn't it?
Well, that's just because your cat's still really small. Yeah, once it becomes big enough, that hawk's not going to try and eat it.
I think she's almost done growing, honestly.
You think so?
Yeah. She's just a small...
She's not that small of a cat.
She's not tiny, but she's still a small cat for her breed.
All right.
It was a good thing she's an indoor cat. She is not a fighter. She would die very quickly outside. The worst she's ever does is she'll claw at you if you stop petting her.
So you got 1 wrong and 1 right.
Yeah.
Got 50.
Sounds about right for me.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Man delivers fresh fish to doorsteps of neighborhoods.
Are they wrapped, or is it just like, here you go?
He caught fish and he just started putting them on people's doorsteps. Yep.
Unless you're,
it's not really nice if you find it later.
Yeah.
Apparently he's just putting fish out there.
If you find it real quick.
Man goes on spree blowing up ATMs. 2 very dramatically different stories here.
Usually there's a theme.
Yeah, I try and do that, and now I was like, fuck it.
See the second one, halfway through, like blowing up, I'm like, another nice thing. I was thinking, like, bouncy castles, because they were deflated, so he blows them up.
That's not what I thought of at all. I immediately went to like person with dynamite vests, blowing, like jumping inside the thing. Yeah.
No, I'm like, your bouncy castle's kind of flat. Here you go. There's a bike pump. Just.
You know how long you'd be there with a bike pump? Pumping up a bouncy castle.
Minimum 5 minutes.
You know how big fucking bouncy castles are?
I said minimum.
It's not an exact number.
I think, okay, I'm gonna say it. I know I just said I don't know, but I'm gonna
I don't know, but I'm gonna say it.
Because I'm
say it.
Because
say it.
I was saying the first one could be illegal.
Yep.
Because if people say someone was allergic to fish and you're just giving them a fish, they're gonna die now. That's murder.
I don't think people can be allergic to fish.
You can be.
Can you be allergic to fish?
Yes.
Like what? Of like the scales?
Alice is allergic to all fish.
She's allergic to shellfish.
All fish.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah.
I thought she was just allergic to shellfish.
Nope. All fish.
Well, that's only if you like eat it, right?
Yeah, she's fine otherwise.
So if there's just a fish on the doorstep, you can just...
But you can't help yourself consuming it whole.
You just smack it down. Well, it was here for me. It was free.
Like, I am a cat.
All right.
I'm gonna go. And the second one is just like, I hate banks.
Which the guy who he's practicing his supervillain routine.
I feel like we can all agree. We all hate banks.
I like going to the bank.
Well, going to the bank is fine. Usually the people who work at banks are nice. Yeah. They have pens and suckers.
The bank that I used to go to, it's closed now, so I have to go to a different one.
Yeah.
They used to have like one of those big novelty like safes, but they were remodeling because they put in a better safe, which is really weird because they closed down a few months later. I guess they wasted all their money on the fucking safe.
We have all this money. Let's buy a safe.
Yeah.
Like, no, we don't have any money for anybody. Everybody wants their money back. I don't have it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what are we going to put in this safe? We spent all the money on this safe. But because of that, the old one was which is there.
Yeah.
And they left it open, so you could just go in and look at it. It was really
safe.
neat. Yeah. You know how those big doors.
Or...
You know those big doors. They have the big latches and the big sliders on them and shit.
It's a big turny thing.
Yeah. It wasn't like one of the huge ones, but it was big enough.
Yeah.
It wasn't like those cartoon novelty ones that are like,
Chunk.
Yeah, Chunk. Exactly. It's not like that.
Let me turn this wheel for approximately 30 seconds. I did. If you're wondering, I did a huge.
You look like you had a spasm attack.
Yeah, you're right. Look, I was trying to make it look like I was turning a huge wheel that was at eye level for me, and so I felt like I was just having a party because I wasn't actually turning anything.
All right, so choose.
I think, which is a bad idea. I believe that I feel like people are selfish. Blowing up the ATMs is a Florida man story.
You're correct. Apparently, it's not only one. Apparently, they don't know. I wrote man down, even though it says man in the title.
Yeah.
But when you read it, it's like unknown, I guess assailant would be the proper word, I think they use.
It's an otter.
Because they don't,
big old otter.
They don't know who the fuck it is, but apparently they've been blowing ATMs up since November. They've done like one.
It's still happening.
It's still going on. Like the one story that I read happened earlier this month, and then they were like, "This is very similar to the one that happened in December," and then the police chief or whoever says, "Oh, this is also very similar to the one that happened in November." It's like, huh?
It's a monthly thing.
Yeah, exactly. He's just blowing up.
Rent is due.
It's just so weird.
Oh God.
So you got two.
Yeah, I'm looking good right now.
Yep,
good shape. I can't do bad now.
Yeah, you can either break even or
do positive.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
I'm gonna throw this one away.
That's fine by me.
Hit me with it.
Man falls 4 stories, walks away with minor injuries.
That's not the guy from Kick-Ass?
No.
That's not the guy.
It's not the guy from Kick-Ass.
Damn.
Man escapes hospital, steals ambulance.
Okay. That second one spooked me a bit. I had a dream once.
As the guy breaking out of
where I did that. I was in the hospital. I'm like, I gotta leave. I left the hospital. I'm like, I have to get to my house. I'm gonna take this ambulance right here.
Did you see me in there? I was wearing a green and red stripes sweater, fedora, and a glove.
Not that one. That was a different one. It was. You remember? You were there. It was the airport dream where I just kept running for my flight, and that was never there.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
I have weird dreams.
Bryce, we need to have an episode where we talk about weird dreams. Cause I've had 2 nightmares recently that I really want to talk about, and I don't know how to fit them into this podcast.
We'll start. I have an idea. I'll talk to you about it after this.
Okay.
So I had a dream where I was in the hospital. I'm like, I was in the hospital with a woman I didn't know, and she was pregnant, about to give birth. And I'm like,
your kid or someone else's kid?
I don't know. I'm like, I'm just here now.
Bryce is a bad father. He's like, I'm leaving. They don't know who I am. I'll just get out of here.
No, the thing is me being me. I'm like, she's giving birth. I gotta help. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I hold my hand. Ow, you're really strong. That's a me thing. Like, ow, stop it.
Bryce, you seem like the type of person when your wife gives birth, or whoever it is. You don't have to be your wife. When she gives birth, you'll be one of those people that's like, okay, I'll wait outside. You have fun. And you just go.
Have fun.
Yeah, exactly. Like, these guys know what they're doing.
True story. When I was born, my dad was watching football. My mom loves that story.
Oh, that's so funny.
Her and the doctor were watching football.
And this is back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So that means there was a TV somewhere.
When the Raiders were good. Because they're watching the Raiders game. Both, what you would call it that, my doctor and my dad were watching the game.
Why not?
In the middle.
You know how long it takes to birth a baby?
For my mom, not very long.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I
know. Is it weird that I know how long my mom was in labor for all 3 of her kids?
Not really. Well, maybe all 3 of them. Maybe it's just you.
Because they're all very similar numbers.
Really?
And she was proud of the fact they were all around 45 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I was in the hospital. I can't remember what it was for. I want to say I was visiting my grandfather or something like that. and there was a lady who her water broke, and she went to the hospital, and I guess she was having a hard time.
Yeah.
So they told her to go walk outside in the hallway and just pace, and I'm like,
take a walk.
Literally, that's what they told her to do. She was just walking up and down the hallway, and her husband was walking with her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's such a weird thing. I'm like, is it like a thing like because she's standing up vertically, it'll fall out? Like, what are you going for here, doctor?
Sometimes when I hear things about how doctors' ideas, I'm like, I feel like they're just taking cartoon logic.
Yeah, and trying to figure it out.
It's like, we have this woman pregnant. I have this very large hammer. It's like,
donk. It shoots out. It's like those pop ball toys from like the dollar store.
But if I heard a doctor say that, I'm like, that's like a doctor thing to say.
He probably did that.
He has several degrees.
All right. So you talked about
man steals ambulance from hospital.
Man
also known as me.
Escapes from hospital and steals ambulance.
Also known as me. And this first one I forget because I was thinking about my dream.
The man falls 4 stories and walks away pretty much okay.
I feel like if that was one of my dreams, I would have woke up when I hit. Because it happens, I feel like, to everybody. Mm-hmm. So you don't die in your dreams, you just wake up.
Yeah, you can. But you can die in your dreams.
You die for real.
Yeah, exactly. It's that guy who wears the green and red sweater with the fedora and the glove.
It's really weird. He doesn't match.
I think that's the point. I think, if I'm correct, the idea was so it would be an eyesore.
Yeah, he is.
Because green and red
and so
aren't thanks. They're not like complementary colors.
They're very ugly.
Yeah.
Plus he chose like the grossest green they could.
Yeah. I think that was the whole idea, if I remember correctly.
That's vomit green. Yeah.
It's like a leaf green.
Compared, well, if you match it with that like maroon red that it has, it's like, ew.
Yeah, it looks weird. It's not like vomit green. It's like a Christmas tree green.
Which can be vomit green. Which,
if vomit is that green.
We talk about, we always talk about people say, oh, vomit's green. I've never seen green vomit.
I vomited purple before.
Yeah, it's whatever you eat.
Yeah, I had a whole lot of grape soda and I vomited it.
I
vomited it.
My first thought, I don't know why, it said purple. I'm like, I couldn't think about what was like. It was like a purple ketchup.
I remember that.
In the early 2000s.
I remember that.
Like, did you eat a lot of purple ketchup?
I used to hate those things actually because they didn't taste right to me.
I thought they were fine.
They didn't taste like ketchup.
It like freaked me out, so I stopped eating.
I'm a connoisseur of ketchup. I don't
need the fancy Heinz.
The finest ketchup. I get the special glass bottles you have to tap on at restaurants. All right.
I'm gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna go with the person the same man for the hospital one.
Both of them are men.
Okay, the man that stole an ambulance leaving the hospital. Because I know people can be under arrest at the hospital. I feel like something that would happen.
All right.
That is my final answer. Florida man story. Am I right?
You are correct. Woo! I would like to note this man was not under arrest. He's just a guy in a hospital, I guess, who wanted to fucking. He's under arrest now.
He's not. You don't escape then.
He escapes.
You just leave the hospital.
No, he escapes apparently. When I read the story, it didn't have anything about him being arrested. He was in the hospital.
Can they hold you at the hospital if you're not under arrest?
Depends on your injuries.
Can I just leave?
Yeah, you can. I want to say
you said escape. I'm like, can I just leave?
I think as long as your things aren't like life threatening, like if you go in and you're like, oh, I got shot. It's like, oh well, we pull the bullet out. Wait here for the next day or so.
Yeah,
you'll be fine. And you go, no, I just want to leave now. You can leave. They've already got the bullet out and they've already stitched you up. You're good. Now, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, the bullet's still in there. We're going to have to go in the surgery. You can't be like, you know what? I'm going to leave. You can't do that.
But hear me out. I'm just going to dip. Like, no. But hear me out. I made some meatloaf and it's still hot in my house and I want it.
I left the oven on. I need to leave.
Come on, we'll go turn the oven off. But you need to take the meatloaf out first and then wrap it and saran wrap so I can have it later. Man, I did so good.
You did. You got. I'm
so proud of myself. That's my best achievement. Is this one episode where I got 3 out of 4.
You've gotten 3 out of 4 before.
I know, but this is the important one. I don't know why.
Why?
It's the most recent one.
I guess.
So the next time we do it, if I get 3 or 4 again, then it's the most important one.
What happens if you get a 4 out of 4?
I'm gonna cry. I'm so proud of myself. Hey Derek, we have a little bit of time left. You need some police blotter?
We can. I honestly just remembered a story about a hospital, though.
I have a couple of police spotters. This one's about marital issues. Sound fun?
Maybe. What other options do we have? If we only have marital issues, is that all you looked up?
We can end it early too.
No, we could do marital issues if they're funny.
There's a couple.
You gotta remember, Bryce. I like dark humor.
Yeah, these are just fun.
Oh, that's no fun.
Well, this is good old fashioned.
Good old fashioned
marital issues.
Sure.
Hey.
Wait, no. Before you read any of those, what qualifies as good old fashioned marital issues? I want to know.
Before we get into this, I should explain what police blotter isn't it? Shouldn't I?
Yeah, sure. You can do that, and then we can answer my question.
Police blotter. So when you call 911, they have to record every phone call they get. So they have records of every phone call they get throughout every day of every year of all time. So Mercury News in California has collected a lot of the calls from the LA area and compiled the best and the funniest ones they could find for certain years. I'm reading from 2012, and there's a couple
when the world ended.
Yeah, and they have them organized not by the dates or anything. They're organized by the different type of situation it was.
Some reason Bryce went with marital issues.
It was the next one up. I skipped over states of undress. I think we did some of those before.
I think so.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to marital issues, and they sound fun.
So you heard it from Bryce. Marital issues sound fun.
Yeah. So good old fashioned marital issues.
We have married people to listen to this show, Bryce.
Yeah, good old fashioned marital issues are it's when it's normal stuff happen and they have issues and they escalate way out at the top because it's internal issues they have with each other and themselves. They make it worse because they're over small issues.
Are you defining good old fashioned marital issues to me? Oh, okay. I didn't really want a definition. I wanted an example, but
here's an example. A woman upset with her husband for failing to replace broken window panes broke a few more.
I imagine that conversation landed with, when are you going to fix it? It's not that big of a deal. It's only a few. And then she smashed them. She goes, now it's a bunch. Fix it.
I only have 3 of these, so I'm going to run through these real quick. A man who returned home to find new sod in his yard called the police before learning his wife was responsible.
Why would you call that? That's like people... Okay. I remember a while ago there was a story of a guy who... I want to say he reported like somebody put money in his bank account.
Yeah.
And I was like, that wouldn't bother me in the slightest.
Oh, God, I have more money now.
Yeah, exactly. That's what this seems like. Oh, somebody replaced my sod.
It looks good.
Yeah, exactly.
Police?
There's something going on here. Somebody's trying to get on my sod territory. This is it's like Hank Hill.
It makes me sod. Bye, Derek. Derek stood up. He's now walking out. There's the door. And he left.
I hate you so fucking much. That's the worst fucking joke we've done on this show.
You know what this episode's gonna be called now?
It's not gonna be called fucking sod. If it's called sod, I quit.
It makes me sod.
I'm gonna be...
I won't then. I don't want you to quit.
I'm leaving.
I enjoyed doing this with you, and I don't want you to quit. Please don't leave.
I refuse to do bad jokes. I have gone beyond puns. Okay. Puns are the poor man's joke.
Well, man, we just established I could use a lot more money. I need
you need somebody to put money in your bank account.
Yeah, and make you confused and mad and call the police. Let's go into the last marital issue they have here. Man, 97, asked the police to tell his wife, 94, that she needs to get inside the house.
They're in their 90s. You know what can kill you? The air at that point.
She's outside, and he's like, he calls the police. Tell her to get inside the house. I don't want her outside anymore.
It's dangerous out there.
She's outside gardening again. It needs sunlight.
Fun fact, Betty White's birthday was yesterday.
She's 98 now.
She's 98.
I can't count that high.
Which leads me to the question. You know how they always have like the world's oldest person just had their birthday. They're 104.
Yeah.
I want to know who, like, the world's oldest celebrity. Is it Betty White at 98? Because most celebrities die, not to be rude, they die early usually. They die, like, in their 70s and shit. Or if not earlier.
I just looked it up, if you're wondering.
The world's oldest celebrity or world's oldest person?
You know, celebrity. Julie Gibson.
Like, currently living?
Yes.
Okay.
She's 104.
Fuck.
There's also a list.
She's most definitely racist. She's been around for a while. She's one of those people who goes into places and is like, why don't they have the colored signs up still?
Why don't they use forks and knives like normal people?
Yeah, that too.
I'm looking at all these names, and I don't recognize them.
Well, she's known people for 104 years.
Yeah.
She knows a lot of people.
She was in Lucky Cowboy. It's Cowboy. COWBOWY.
Anything of note, actually?
Chick Carter, Detective, Bowery Buckaroos, are you with it? No.
Okay.
But she's 104.
104.
She was born
actress.
She was born while World War I was starting.
Fuck.
No, she was born. She was active during those times. She was born in 1913.
Damn.
She was born while Motorcycle Chariot was at peak.
We brought it back.
She was 7. She was 7 when it was. The next oldest is Mary Carolisi, and she worked in College Humor. Like the College Humor.
Like the one that just got defunded? College Humor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Defunded. But
sorry to bring everyone down.
But she worked for them for a bit.
Oh, that's neat.
And she was born in 1914. So
how old is she?
1 year younger.
Oh, 103.
Yeah, we're just going down one number at a time until the next two, which is 102. So all these people were alive while motorcycle chariot racing was at its peak.
Was at the top of class.
Yeah. And none of these, I'm not seeing a lot of things I've seen. Is Midsummer's Night Dream.
That one sounds familiar. I've heard that one.
As Nene Tilleland. She was born in 1915.
Okay.
It's just old people.
No shit. That's what we're doing here, Bryce. We're looking up old people. What are you expecting?
That's a 19-year-old to be in the middle.
She's old in spirit. She's an old soul.
Oh, this one's from Gone with the Wind. Adventures of Robin Hood.
Okay. How old is she? Like 102?
101.
101.
She was born in Japan, Tokyo.
Bryce, if you make it to age 101, can you walk around in your old college and just walk in all the classes that are 101?
Here we go. It's a guy you've seen before. He's in Spartacus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 100 years old.
And he's still alive?
Yeah.
Wow, that's neat.
I think Kirk Douglas is still alive.
I hope so, depending on how out of date this is, probably. It's probably not that out of date.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah.
This is a bit out of date because this was 3 years ago because he's now 103.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's old. That's an old boy right
He
there.
doesn't look that bad, though, for a 104-year-old.
Yeah. He was in Spartacus, Path to Glory, and all of that stuff.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyways, hey, Derek, you want to wrap things up?
You can if you want to.
Sure. So, shout out to Young Walnut for letting us use his music for intro and outro. You can find him on YouTube and SoundCloud. Stop laughing because of the fact I stuttered right there.
No, it's not. It's the fact you said shout out, and the first thing I want to yell was, I want to go like, Young Walnut! I just want to
Young Walnut!
Yeah, exactly. I just want to yell it out.
Hey, shout out to Young Walnut for letting us use his music on our intro and outro. I bet my neighbors hate me.
Say that again.
I bet my neighbors hate me.
Your neighbors? Fuck your neighbors. They're the ones who had the carpets cleaned at random 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, you guys didn't hear it, but we had to stop our podcast at one point because of that. Not today, but before. Also, you can also follow us if you want to on Twitter. We are at DYHAT Podcast. It's DYHAT Podcast. We tweet about the show when it comes out. We also tweet at Zac Efron when I can.
Stop bringing up Zac Efron.
I'm going to always bring up Zac Efron.
Do not keep bringing him up every fucking time. Because now I have to get Zac Efron updates whenever something fucking happens with Zac Efron.
Yeah, I want those.
I don't. You can do it.
I want you to update me on Zac Efron every week. What is he up to? What do you have for lunch?
He went to the beach.
Oh, nice.
He had some poutine.
I'm glad he's happy.
That's fries with gravy.
I'm only sad because he broke up with me. You also email us at diehatpodcast@gmail.com if you want us to cover stories you know that we haven't covered yet. You also tweet those stories at us if you want us to cover anything. As long as the story's cool, and I think it's cool, and we agree that it's cool, I'll
agree. I don't even hear these stories till they come out.
Yeah, but
these could be the most boringest fucking stories in the world, and I don't know it till Bryce gets here.
That's how you were so on board with the chariot racing until I brought up the other facts of it. You were like,
I like chariot racing.
You're like, oh yeah, let's talk about chariot racing. There's no interesting story about it. I'm just telling you that it's a thing.
Yeah. And then we got the motorcycle chariot racing.
Yeah.
Which I want to see. If anybody watches wrestling, I want to see Triple H come out to motorcycle chariots now.
I think he did, didn't he?
I don't think so.
I remember I came out like to chariots. He came out on a big motorcycle.
Yeah.
I thought he was at a chariot at one of them.
Nah, I don't think so.
There was the Roman themed WrestleMania.
No, that was Royal Rumble.
Well, yeah, that was either way. I think he came out. Anyways.
Which comes on this weekend.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's this Sunday.
I don't know why I'm like, WrestleMania is coming.
No, Royal Rumble.
6 months away.
Yeah. It's in Tampa.
Yeah.
Which means there's going to be a lot of fucking traffic over here in Orlando because everybody's going to come over here and be like, oh, let's go to Orlando.
Let's go to Disney.
Yeah.
We don't want you here.
Yeah. Disney does, but that's because they're money hungry.
So, do you have anything else to say before we do the final one?
Money.
All right, Mr. Krabs. Hey, why'd you open the grocery crab 2 right next to the first one? Because money.
Yeah, I love that joke so much.
Hey, Derek, did you hear about this?
Probably not.
Have you heard about former President Zachary Taylor?
Yes.
He served 16 months as president.
Mm-hmm.
He died from gastritis on July 9th.
Poor thing.
Do you know why he got gastritis?
Nope.
Because
he didn't have gas.
On July 4th, at a party, he ate far too many cherries and drank too much milk, and that gave him gastritis.
Huh. That's a weird way to die.
Yeah, he just ate a bunch of cherries.
Like, were they at least in a pie or something like that?
I don't think so. I don't know. Probably. Hopefully.
Because this seems random.
Handfuls of cherries.
Yeah.
And just drinking a bunch of milk.
Because that makes sense with, like, because it's 4th of July. It's like, it's Americanish pie.
Yeah.
Technically, it's apple pie, but cherry pie works too. And then, you know, people have glasses of milk with pie.
Apparently drank a lot of milk and ate a lot of cherries.
See, don't listen to those commercials. Milk does not help you.
You got milk? No, I got gastritis.
Yeah, exactly. And you'll die.
That's a somber note to end this on.
Death
comes for us all.
Don't fear the reaper.